Very impressive, Pao, but I wouldn't say surprising. I mean, this guy has been trained as a point guard and shooting guard in Gilas. No, I was talking to his brother Matt kanina, and he told me these things. No? So parang for people, I guess, parang for Matt, it's kind of underrated, playing under 30 and maybe behind Matt in Ateneo. But he took advantage of Reynam Batak's injury, just being the starting lineup and just proving that he's PBA ready. And Matt has always had great leadership skills, and he's never afraid of opportunities and the big moments. And he doesn't play his size.
Yeah.
I mean, when you see him play, he feels like he can really compete against anyone. And Matt also told me that Mike had a great preparation during the pause of the PBA. So it's not surprising for me that he performed this way in his very first game in the PBA.
Okay, Larry, you mentioned that we were all impressed by his performance, but let's break it down on what aspects of his game that you saw in this debut that impressed you or made you say na PBA ready na talaga itong bata na to.
Well, I didn't really see the game, but just looking at his stats, for a player to score 21 points and 8 rebounds in his first game in the PBA, I guess that guy was not thinking of himself as a rookie. And he just went out there playing with all his heart, his IQ, and just his great training from the Gilas system. And being a shooting guard, actually Coach Chris Gavina as a shooting guard, not his natural position, but really excelling in it. So really, I'm really impressed by Mike, and I'm glad that he's showing this in the PBA.
Larry, alam mo si Mike actually has a lot of haters from on social media from his time in Gilas, even from his time in Ateneo. But this kind of showed that the hate was unjustified because of his performance. Your thought about him answering yung mga critics niya that probably did not feel that he belongs sa level na to.
I'm sure Matt is smart and mentally tough enough not to mind those critics. I mean, like I said kanina, the way he handles himself off the court and on the court, he doesn't really care. He doesn't really care how he's undersized or there's an advantage against him. The way he plays, for him also, I don't think he's also conscious about his stats. I mean, he's always been a winner. Just trying to play his role and just helping his team win. And I know him from the stories of him being a natural leader. And, those critics, I mean, that won't bother him one bit.
There's something about the Nieto brothers that really, parang it's surprising, but in the same way, like you mentioned, it's expected somewhat from how they perform on the court when you get to watch them play. But, moving forward naman, from his debut, and now talk about imports. There are two imports that we have right now that are undefeated in the PBA right now. That's Tony Bishop and Mike Harris. What do you see let's start from Tony Bishop. What makes him so special and what makes him, help a team stay undefeated at this point of the season?
Well, first of all, it's impressive how Coach Norman made this call, finding this guy and passing on Alan Durham. I mean, a really proven winner and many-time best import in the PBA. Finding this guy Tony Bishop, I don't know if he's more of a deadlier scorer or a better shooter than Alan Durham, but parang this guy obviously looks like a keeper for Meralco, and this guy looks like he can take Meralco all the way, and he's just deadly with his offensive game, all-around game. Really impressive for Coach Norman to find a guy like this, and just making everyone better and really difficult to guard for the whole league.
Well, see Tony Bishop, I had the pleasure to call his game the other day, and it feels like swak na swak siya sa sistema ni Coach Norman Because even if Coach Norman says that their half-court sets aren't really ready yet, and that's why they're running more, it feels like he can adapt to any situation that Coach Norman puts him in. Do you feel that yung versatility na yun will be one of the reasons why they end up going all the way?
Definitely, Pop. I know Coach Norman played under him, and he really makes it a point to put the imports in a really good position. And siguro his experience abroad, playing in Europe also. I mean, all those systems there that you play there and succeed there. I mean, you can throw any system to this guy and he will adapt, and that's just how good a player he is.
Yeah.
Definitely. But moving forward naman to another undefeated PBA import, Mike Harris has really been impressive in the league right now. What makes him fit in his system naman when you see him play?
Very impressive, not just I read that Coach Chito chose performance over age. No, I mean for him to pick a 38-year-old guy drops 40 and 18 versus TNT. I mean, this guy's been a winner in Alaska. I mean, it could have gone either way. Alaska would have won the championship with Mike Harris, and obviously this guy's their anchor, their rock underneath, and he makes everyone better. And a great person also, and obviously looks like the players love playing with him. And he's been a winner, and Coach Chito has been really good at picking the right imports for his team. And again, like Meralco, this guy looks like a keeper, and it looks like he can take this team all the way to the finals too.
Age is just a number, diba, Larry? And
Tell that to Asi. Tell that to Asi.
Nadamay pa si Asi dito.
Nanginimik lang si Asi.
Okay.
He's not doing anything right now. Pero let's now move on to, unfortunately, injuries throughout the league right now. So I think Larry's having a hard time hearing us kasi, I don't know, when we okay na.
Good.
All right, good. Kasi we mentioned age, biglang namatay yung AirPods niya. When we talk about injuries this time, kasi syempre, unfortunately, there are a few. I'm gonna list them down here. Our Pogoy with a strained calf, Poy Eram with a lower back issue, Calvin Octana, fractured left hand, Tony Semerad with a calf injury, and actually just today, there's reports that si Onwubere of Ginebra will also be out for the conference. We're gonna get updates on that. But Larry, unfortunate, but then how do you think teams will adapt to these pieces? The names you mentioned are all contributors to their respective teams.
Yeah, Pao, definitely major players getting hurt at a crucial part of the season, and it has its effects obviously on TNT, and I think especially for NLEX. I mean, those are two guys, Oftana and Tony, that I see every day in practice. They can't afford to lose at this point, no. So, ang hirap, no, for them to lose these kinds of players. I wish for their quick recovery, and hopefully no one gets injured, but. It's a chance for other players to step up, and it is what it is. But it's a time for other players to step up and help their team.